Hi guys, how are you? Who's out there tonight? That's my opening line. Who's out there tonight? Friends, it's Saturday night. Welcome to the new normal, right? Working from home, filming from home, meeting with clients from home. Everything now revolves around the home. And so I hope that you're home tonight and you're well and you're staying strong and encouraged. And I see some people are chiming on. And let me know, friends, because I can't really see right now who's on. So just tell me who is with me tonight. Tell me who's watching and where you're watching me from. For those of you who are new to me, I'm Latoya McBean Pompey. I'm an immigration lawyer in New York, and I am also the founder of Smart Immigration Academy. And I'm seeing some likes and some hearts, but your name, okay, yeah, you've got to say something in order for it to pop up on my end. And so I see Emmanuel is on, Mukund is on. Hi, nice to see you. I see that Ricky is watching from Jamaica, Asia from Chicago. Awesome, awesome. And so as you chime on tonight, friends, again, tell me who you are, announce yourself so that I could feel like, I'm out there, I'm here speaking to people who are real and who's out there. And I'm not just speaking to my phone here. I see Diane is watching from Trinidad, Devana from Chicago as well. And so, friends, I had intended on doing this live session to focus primarily on the a lot of Q&As that I got from my Wednesday live webinar on my 3 strategies on how to pass the public charge test. I have so many wonderful questions here. In fact, I have 2 documents here with a lot of questions that people were asking during the webinar. I did answer some questions during the webinar, but we ran out of time and I didn't get to finish. And so I thought, let me answer some questions before you guys live. And so I'm going to do that, but not tonight, because I realized that a lot of recent questions that I've been getting is about the case processing issues in light of the coronavirus. And so tonight I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that I've received from you guys and from folks on YouTube, McBean Immigration TV, questions that I've received from my Smart Immigration Academy members who I was speaking with last night. And so I'm going to talk about what's going on with USCIS, with the State Department, and those 2 agencies primarily. And then, of course, Immigration Court. I may touch on that as well for those of you who might be out there and you're in removal. So that's really the agenda tonight. It's not going to be a very long one, but thank you guys so much for tuning in and for staying encouraged. How many of you out there are overwhelmed by all of what's happening? It's heavy stuff, guys. If you're overwhelmed, if you feel in some degree of real concern or fear, you can let me know that, we're not the only ones here in New York who are going through a lot of the tension and stress that's around the coronavirus. And so for you guys out there, oh my God, it's even worse, right? Because you're dealing with personal things in your own life, as we all are. Yet on top of that, you have immigration matters that's like really at the top of your list as well. And now to layer all of that, we are now dealing with this awful crisis involving the coronavirus. And so I just want you guys to know that I didn't really feel like coming in front of you tonight, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be transparent. I didn't, because it really, here in New York, we're under a very, it's a lot of heavy stuff going on here, okay? And so, we had to shut down our operations at my office this week and move everything remotely. And so my team is working remotely so that we could serve our clients. And then on top of that, we have so much going on in the news every single minute involving this. And so I said, you know what, maybe there's someone out here tonight who I can come before and I could maybe shine a light, even though I didn't feel like coming and doing this on a Saturday night, not at this hour, right? No. But I said to myself, maybe there's someone out there who needs this. So let me hang out with you tonight. So that's really what this is about. So I'm hanging out with those who need some light and who need some encouragement and who need some information. So if that's you, just say that's me, that's me, that's me. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question that I received, not related to Corona or anything like that, but it was actually an email that came in tonight, and I thought it was pretty cute. So I'm going to start off on a little lighthearted note here. And the question is, are you related, am I related to the McBeans of Portland, Jamaica? And so I thought that was cute, and the answer is no, I'm not related. Not to my knowledge, at least, I'm not related to the McBeans of Portland, Jamaica. As you guys may not know, I'm Jamaican. Some of you know that. And so my family, we're from primarily St. Mary and St. Anne's, right? Those are the two main areas where we're from, St. Anne's and St. Mary. Okay, so Portland, wait. We're in Portland, though. That's the thing. I think I may have relatives from Portland. And actually, I wish I knew Jamaica more than how I actually do know it, because now I'm thinking geography here. And so I've got to really dig deeper into my answer and speak to my mother and some other people to find out whether we might have some relationship with folks in that other part of the country. But I've been here since I was 6. Okay, so I've got a lot to learn. Hi, Beverly. It's great to see you. Michelle, good to see you. Ricky, it's nice to see you. Samantha, nice to see you guys as well. Okay, so the first real question related to case processing is, can people still send applications to USCIS? And so the answer is yes. Here's what I have my laptop here in front of me, and I'm on USCIS's website. Carla says, yes, Yardi. That's right. But I don't talk patois to other people so that they could hear me. I only speak it in my head because they laugh at me, right? I'm not good with the patois, Carla and Beverly. So with respect to USCIS, you can submit your applications, right? Because on their website, they have a little alert here that says that they have suspended in-person services, okay, which means that interviews have been suspended so that they could slow the spread of the coronavirus. However, USCIS staff will continue to perform duties that do not involve contact with the public. Okay, so what they're saying is that they're going to be doing some things behind the scenes, such as processing applications. But friends, I do want you guys to keep this thing in mind, this point in mind. Government is made up of people, okay? People are carrying out all of these essential functions of government, okay? Whether it's postal workers or people at USCIS who are looking at applications and processing things and sending out notices. Those functions are being handled by people, not by robots. And so on the one hand, we have the government that's telling us that, the government is telling us that we need to take all these precautions. Us employers, we need to shut down our businesses immediately. Here in New York, non-essential businesses need to shut down. And all of this is going on. Everything is shutting down. Yet they expect us to believe that their people have to show up at regular on time on Monday morning, 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the case of a lot of these government workers, and they need to still plug through and work in an environment among many other people and put their own lives at risk. And so, friends, we got to be realistic here. In my view is this, that they're going to be making some very big decisions very soon with respect to their own people. There is absolutely no way they could continue to operate as usual behind the scenes, even if they're not in contact with us, right, the public, even though we're not going in there and facing them in an interview. I'm thinking they're going to have to make this decision any day now and be transparent about it. Because in fact, what I was just reading before I got online with you guys is there's kind of like a little revolt going on at the NVC, the National Visa Center. And someone did ask this question as well. Is NVC still processing cases? And so my understanding is yes. However, they're going to be cutting back on staff because the staff, quite a bit of the staff are based on our contractors, right? The government has contracts with other companies that provides the staff to do the work. And those companies, those contractors are, they're wanting to let their people stop work, right? Because there's a big risk of all these workers coming together and doing all of the work that they were doing, right? Which is processing applications and other things that they do to make the NVC run. Now, apparently, there's some revolt going on internally, and I don't fully understand it because we're talking about union contracts and all the complicated drama that goes on between unions and the business, from the business side of things. So a lot of that is going on right now behind the scenes, and they're going to have to get very realistic any day now and be transparent with the public and say, listen, we have to shut down too, because it's a public health issue as well for our employees. So friends, so I'm sharing this because I'm expecting, certainly, obviously, right, common sense tells us that they're going to have to shut down and case processing will slow down. They've been very slow to make these decisions so that you guys know what's going on and so that we know what's going on. But the short answer is yes, you should still be submitting your applications. Yes, they say that they're still processing things behind the scenes. But again, be realistic and know that in the environment that we're under here in New York, particularly, and California, and those are two of the hot, in Washington State, and now this thing is national. Let's just be realistic and realize that the federal government is going to make a bold decision as well. They're requiring states to make bold decisions, and New York is making bold decisions, but where's the federal government on this? So that's the story there. I want to say with respect to your applications, okay? Let's see. The next question is, can we apply for extension of stay due to the virus? And so this individual, I think this question may have come from my community tab on McBean Immigration TV. I'm not sure. But in any event, the answer is actually yes. And here's what my source is. So on USCIS's website, they have on the alert, the USCIS response to the coronavirus disease 2019. And so here it says, if you scroll down, there's a link to special situations. When you click on special situations, it does talk about natural catastrophes and some very extreme circumstances. And it does say that folks can apply for extensions and changes of status in light of certain major catastrophes and other things like that. And so let's see, what else do I want to say about that? That's my thing. When I'm thinking, guys, when I'm thinking, I do two things. I look to the side or I do this. My Smart Immigration Academy members, they know that so well. Okay, so what else do I want to say about this? It says, if you do not apply for the extension or change of status before your authorized period of admission expires, we may excuse the delay if it was due to extraordinary circumstances beyond your control. And then before that, they say that when applying for an extension or change of status due to a special situation that prevented your planned or timed departure, we may take into consideration how the special situation prevented your departure. So, if you're here and you can't go back to whatever country you're from because of whatever reason related to the coronavirus, whether there's an issue on the country's side that you're going back to or whatever, maybe you're sick, right? Because of this virus, definitely apply for an extension here so that you can stay here, right? Apply for extension so that you can stay here, but you have to provide evidence, proof of that circumstance. But they say that if you didn't get to apply for the extension or change of status before the period of your authorized period of admission expires, they may excuse that delay if, again, it was related to the extraordinary circumstances way beyond your, not way, but beyond your control, okay? Beyond your control. So that's the answer to that. You can do that. This other gentleman asked me on McBean Immigration TV, he says, he had an interview scheduled for March 19th for his CR1 visa. It was canceled. When can I be able to reschedule it? And so my answer to you is that the government will make that decision, not you. They'll send you a notice with a new appointment. Okay, let's see. What about cases that are in administrative processing? Those I would think that, you know, if your case is being handled by some U.S. embassy in the Philippines, for example, right, and you're in administrative processing, if that embassy has cut back on its services and they've also decided to let their employees stay at home, there's only so far your case can, you know, proceed, right? It's still in administrative processing. It's just going to be a slower process. And so this is actually not great news for immigration when we see crises like this crop up, and the government instructs private sector to take measures to protect itself, right? And yet at the same time, obviously they're going to at some point tell their own people, listen, you've got to take measures as well, because government is not run by robots, they're run by people. Okay, so that's all that I'd like to share with you guys tonight with respect to case processing issues, immigration courts. The last notice that I saw with respect to immigration courts, and I only really focus on courts, that the immigration court here in New York, where most of my clients are. And so the courts are shut down. They're not hearing non-detained cases through, I want to say April 8th. I don't have that in front of me. I should have gotten that before coming on tonight, but I missed that. But yeah, so if you're scheduled for merits hearing, or which is a calendar hearing, or an individual hearing in immigration court, just know that they're not hearing cases of individuals who are not detained. Apparently the detainee docket is still moving forward. So a lot of inconsistencies is going on with the government right now. And the State Department, I do want to say the State Department is in the worst shape. They have not really come together with any official announcements about how they're treating interviews and all sorts of processes. It's just been a mess there. But as things develop, I will be sure to maybe share it with you guys as I get the information. Okay, so with that being said, I see that Mackenzie is watching. Thank you for that. Damien is watching from Barbados. I don't want to cut this thing off here if I scroll through. Carl, thank you for that. Carla. Okay, so friends, thank you, Pamela. Pamela, check out the live session that I did last night with the Smart Immigration Academy members. I did it with you in mind, so I want you to make sure that you catch that. Morgan, thank you very much for that. And so friends, listen, like I said, I didn't feel like coming before you guys tonight. I'm being real here because this whole thing, there's a lot going on, and it's just, the transition has been a little challenging. So, but I hope that I encouraged someone tonight and gave you information that you need. And so just relax. Case processing times are out of your control right now. Totally out of control. The main thing that you guys need to really focus on is your own health and your own safety, and learn as much as you guys can while you're home or things have shifted for you. And so I'm going to come back before you. I'm thinking tomorrow to do a live to start tackling the Q&A questions, the questions that I received after my webinar. Which, by the way, if you missed the webinar, you could still attend the webinar. I forgot to put the link in this video, but I will after I'm finished with this. watch the webinar, guys. It's a really powerful webinar with my 3 strategies on how to pass the new public charge test, which you should still have on your forefront because the coronavirus isn't going to last forever. Things won't be shut down forever. We will resume operations, normal operations in this country again, and immigration will be the top priority again. So keep moving forward and learn as much as you can now while you have the time to do so now. And so I want you guys to watch that webinar, participate, send questions as you're watching it because it allows you to ask questions. And like I said, I'm doing these Q&As and I'm going to answer these questions. All right, friends. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me tonight, and share this with other people because you never know who might need a little encouragement and information tonight. All right, guys, take care. Bye.